members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this evening's live, we have a couple key topics to discuss here. First and foremost, we will obviously take a look at the technical analysis and get caught up with the day's flow. We'll take a look at how XRP got to where it's at and what happened throughout the entire trading day, as in 30 minutes, we will have a daily candle close, and it'll be the end of the futures market here, as it's already closed the futures markets here on Friday. But now after hours, most exchanges are about to end here. Most will wrap up at 8 or 9 o'clock. So we go into the weekend and a cleanly traded weekend. You get the commodities market, gold and silver, precious metals, DXY. The government bonds will all be down until Monday morning or late Sunday night. But right now we had Bitcoin today, just to go over what's happened. Bitcoin did hit an all-time high. It hit 70,200. Immediately fell to 66,283, which is important that it held that level because that was the pivot point that it held beautifully. And then it came back up. And now it's a matter of, are we just exhausting ourselves, or do we continue on a technical target that was showing us before we did hit all-time highs up around 71,100? Do we have to put some stock into that before an overall reversal? Or was the handle down at 59,200 and some change yesterday? Will that be suffice enough to be the bullish handle on the cup that took over 3 years, or just about 3 years to form? It started in April of 2021, and it concluded on March of 2024. Was that a big enough handle that formed back down to 59,200 and some change to push this out to where it needs to go? Or are we going to end up having a big reversal here, but not without some up and down volatility, because we could still speculate that it could come up to that target that we've seen because it hasn't been invalidated at 71,000 and some change. So we'll go over all of that. And then the biggest news today is we have to go over, at some point here, we'll read this about, and I think this is pretty substantial. An XRP whale accumulates 300 million tokens from Binance. Is a price rally ahead? And we'll discuss all of that and exactly what the target was there. And obviously we had a few flash drops here the last several days, and today we went down to 58 cents and some change. So there were a little bit of opportunities here to have a quick, as far as 300 million XRP, it could have already been some nice gains here with that amount of money spent. So we'll take a look at that while we're together. Please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this live, so that it'll allow not just new viewers, but also older members to find their way back home to the community. As sometimes when you look on the YouTube feed, it won't pop up. But if more and more people hit that like button, YouTube will recommend this video, and then it'll turn up in more and more people's algorithm when they go through their YouTube feed. So new and older viewers will be able to find a way to get here. So let me timestamp this, and a special shout out to the members of Tom's Army who will continue with their pay it forward mentality. Let me do what I see fit here in my own image. Good evening. 6:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, March 8th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, let's get into it. We'll see if we have comments. Make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly help push this content through the YouTube recommendations. If you respect the time I put in, you appreciate the amount of hours I come here and the multiple lives a day, along with the updates and the shorts every single day here, Monday through Sunday. Please make sure to hit that like button so that we can reach as far as possible here and continue to expand our reach and our community as well, because I think we do a beautiful job here. So I do thank each and every one of you for continuing to be a good part, a very positive part. There's also a few other things we'll discuss here as well, as the mindset amongst XRP holders is starting to shift here a bit. We're starting to hear a lot more of the, it's not worth my time. I don't have the time for 7 more years. We're in a bull market, but XRP is not doing anything with. It's factually incorrect for XRP. And we'll go over that, at some point here today. But XRP is not in a bull market. Despite some of the other parts of the market being in a bull market, XRP cannot be in a bull market until we break out of the 77-month consolidation. So that's something that everybody just needs to relax with a little bit, because you're going to cost yourself a holding position in XRP that you've been holding on to And yet we're still in that 77-month consolidation from when we hit all-time highs on January of 2018. So we just have to stay emotionally sound, but mentally focused as well. And we're going to start with relaxation at the beginning of this one when we usually wait until the end because there's a lot of nerves and we'll get into it. But I really want to say hi to everybody because for me, what keeps me in line is each and every one of you. And it helps me stay, connected and not just away with the charts, but also with the XRP community. And to see 90 people in here right away, it's pretty cool because right now there's no doubt about it. We're in a very big consolidatory phase and we have a very real chance of reversing to the downside. But that doesn't mean that this rally's over. And don't get too over caught up in just a split second. In just a split second. Kyle says, Tom, hair is looking good, but it's time for it to go. $1 coming soon. So for anybody who doesn't know, if you're new, my hair is getting longer and longer by the day. I told the community I would not cut my hair back in July of 23, so it's been over 8 months until XRP hit $1, and I reserve the right maybe until, it hits all-time highs, but, And I haven't shaved my goatee, so as some would say, I'm starting to look like a grizzly bear. So let me just say hi to everybody real quick. So, Mike, welcome in. Just downloaded. Excellent. Just downloaded, are you talking about, oh, well, if you're talking about the MEXC or the BITUNIX that I put in the pinned comments, I have that up there. If you're a USA user in Canada, you can trade spot or leverage on BITUNIX. It's lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA. And then underneath it for the UK, because some were asking earlier from the UK, I'm not sure how BITUNIX works there, but MEXC, if you're in the UK, take advantage of MEXC on that side of the world, because right now they have no spot fees. It's not available in the USA. I don't even believe in Canada, but BITUNIX is our best option, which I prefer even over MEXC. It's just in the UK, you're not going to be able to use BITUNIX, to my knowledge. Maybe I'm wrong, so I put MEXC there for everybody from the other side of the pond, so you have your way of trading. There's leverage trading and there's spot trading there, and that's one that I actually really liked until they got rid of the USA users. Manny, welcome in. Alan, Michael, good evening. Let's see. Mr. Bojangles, welcome in. Hope you and the fam as well. We're doing pretty good, my friend. We are doing pretty good. JW, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And Mr. Bojangles, by the way, is in Tom's Army as well. He just paid through Cash App, but he did say maybe I should pay through YouTube so my name will show up green as well. So, and then I can see the emoji badge, but he is in Tom's Army, so thank you, Mr. Bojangles, as well. Percent better, any FOMO Fridays plays? No, because we're not in that rotation yet, unless I'm talking about maybe adding to AMP if it comes into a rotational spot or something like that. But I would have to look for that because we are nowhere near that rotational tug. Bob, welcome in and thank you for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. And that is my face superimposed on there. I know it's crazy, but it is so true. CJ2 Pilot, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months with the Meteor, XRP Meteor. John Patak, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 5 months with the XRP Predictor. Darren Underwood, good evening, my friend. Messi, welcome in. Angela Love, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the 589 badge, the XRP 589 Moon badge. Happy Friday to you as well. Kyle Holstich, welcome in, and I appreciate that comment about the hair. Longer base, higher space. Yes, what the? Indeed. Captain Crypto Morgan, smash the daggone like button. I super chat a month. I can manage that. Or once. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Captain Crypto. And let's not make Captain Crypto Morgan mad. So let's make sure we hit that like button. Ridicule, welcome in. I trimmed my hippie beard when we hit 66 cents. Well, I got a long way to go, but your hippie beard was probably longer than mine right now, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully it looks very nice. And congratulations on being able to trim it. Christopher, welcome in and thank you for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. Be cool if you went platinum. I think you could pull off Einstein really well. Yeah. If I went platinum, Julie? Never know. Trading with J-Rod says Tom's going to look like teenager when he cuts his hair again. I bet you I'll look a lot younger, huh, when I start cutting this apostrophe.
You have to do a live stream.
But I appreciate that, Jay Ride, not only for you being in Tom's Army for 2 years with the 589 badge, the XRP 589 badge, but also that $10 donation. I greatly appreciate that. More than you know. More than you know. John Patak, welcome in, and thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for 5 months with the XRP predictor. Neo, welcome. He says, time to take profits. Get it before it's gone. It might not be a bad idea, especially leverage traders. Juan Brito, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. Tuning in from Oklahoma City. Excellent. Kyle Holshert says, BITUNIX, thumbs up. I know, I love it too. Love it too. I wish I would have found out about it sooner. A lot of lost money on Uphold buying XRP when I could have got it for pennies on the dollar instead of, well, dollars, unfortunately. UK Phil, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Christopher Brown says delusional. Yeah, some of us are known to be delusional. I feel like you would know because you're in here calling others, so I think you would have a nice feeling about that. Elias, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great evening, my friend. Cleo, welcome, and Christopher Brown, welcome. Tom's Army is as bad as Vietnam. I love these guys. Let's see. My lady challenged me now. She says I look like Willie Nelson. Hey, that's not bad. See, Julie shaved it.
Nelson's a nice
yeah, Willie,
man.
like Julie said, Willie Nelson's a nice looking man. So he's aging very gracefully too, might we say. But anyhow, with XRP, really what we're looking at here, the first thing we need to see is XRP. How did we end up breaking down? When it looked like we could have come back up here, hit this rising channel resistance, and a pretty smooth shot here to come back up to about 67 cents. How did we end up just falling apart there earlier in the day? Yes, we recovered some of the losses, but how did we go from having a targeted move, trying to find our way to 67 cents? For anybody who wasn't here earlier on the live or seen the update this morning, this would be a good way to understand. So we tried to push up into 67 cents. That doesn't mean that this is over at all. Right now, we just consolidated, and unfortunately, before we can just push up to 67 cents, or actually now it's like 69 cents, on that broken rising channel resistance that was from February 27th of this year, now we formed another layer of resistance, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. But we created this ascending triangle formation, and now, even though it had this big wick down, it looks like we created what could be perceived as a bull flag. So to me, I'm ascertaining here and expecting that we're going to come up there and hit that 69 cent mark, possibly. You can never say for sure 100% because I'm not a financial advisor, so what the hell do I know? So, we have to make our own educated and informed decision here. But what it looks like here is we got that overzealous dump down, and now it looks like we put in a small bull flag. So, in my opinion, it looks like we should be okay here, unless we do start rotating down and we lose that bull flag setup. We would be okay. Now, with Bitcoin, one thing that could destroy this is if Bitcoin just goes to the bottom. If you see Bitcoin lose 66,283, this entire bullish thesis that we could be talking about here is 100% invalidated. Because if Bitcoin cracks, more than likely, it's going to be a big drop down to like 55K at least. And that's going to force the rest of crypto to go with it at first. So, is what you're hinting for, Julie? Julie was hinting, No, I'm kidding.
On your video, so I came around.
That's a good point. Yeah, Julie, Ridicule says, good to hear you in the background. Julie only came for the special goodies. Apparently she heard me message that, or start by saying that we're going to start out by relaxing, and she came a-running. But please make sure to hit that like button. 125 people watching, only 68 likes. We are not hitting the mark today.
I'm one of those.
Julie is one of those 68 likes, as am I. So really, we only have 66 likes, I see. Um, Mike says, I have a silver round with the 100 XRP hologram loaded on the round, and I love it. Holy smokes, that sounds awesome. That's pretty damn cool. So with XRP, what we really need to see is if XRP breaks past this ascending triangle formation. But the good news here right now is that it seems, would we agree that that looks like a bull flag out of XRP in the short term? Like, I just want to know, is it crazy, or is it one of the things we've been seeing after the dives, after the dives, after the dive? Is it something we've been seeing that now we can somehow fundamentally see again that it did it to us again? Kind of feel like that's a bull flag. I don't think it's going to get us to 69 cents, but I think it could get us, that's not a very big one at that. Let's just see for the heck of it. For the heck of it, let's just, and we can't measure the whole way up because we're not saying it's a bear flag. Ugh. 65.2 cents. That's not a very big push. That's not even right because it's not even going to be that much. But what I'm saying is we could have a fake out to the top side. Whoops. It was at 65 point, close enough. We could have a fake out to the top side here in like 65.2 cents. That's what we could be looking at. Even if it's not a fake out, but it looks like we got some built up pressure here with that drop down. And now it looks like we can consolidate up here real quickly. So I'm just curious what everybody thinks about that. Do you think that we can run on this and it could be acting as a small bull flag here? Just in this area. Kind of looks like it to me. Kind of looks like it was disguised as a drop. And yeah, we're going to have this little bit of a push up. It's not going to be huge, but it could lead to something a little bit bigger if it plays true. But that's what it looks like to me. So this is close to breaking up. This is close to starting to move already. So this might be an opportune moment, maybe. Oh, yes, Captain. Captain, I don't mind that at all, that play that you're talking about. AMP is going to have a big, massive move at some point. And I'm hoping that over time with the accumulation, that I could have several 100,000. I have like 90,000 AMP right now, or 93,000 that I've been picking up, and I added some here recently. But I would like to have a lot more because I think that's one that's been beaten down so much that gets very underlooked and overlooked. But what do we think right now? I'm being honest. What do you guys think? We have plenty of people here to where we could form a response here. What do we think? Does this look like a bull flag here within the drop that we have to at least satisfy before we can move down? I don't even know what Rose is. I have no idea what crypto that is, to be honest with you. So XRP is looking or lacking energy right now. I'm on the sideline short term. Yeah, Kat, there's no doubt about it. There's not a lot of steam. But we're just talking about this short-term move. We're still within a 77-month consolidation. So being in the sidelines, that means you're range-bound right now. And the swing low could bring you down to about 38 cents if we came down to the bottom of the 77-month consolidation that we've been in since we hit all-time highs. So yes, that's something that could happen. Now, does this seem like it would make more sense? Because to me, I don't know if I can even, and I just deleted it. That's okay. We know where it's going up to, 65.2 cents. So if we look at this on the other chart, let me pull up the ascending triangle formation that we broke down out of. If we use this chart, now if we end up pulling up here, and let's just say it does make this move, because we're speculating right now. We're speculating on this Friday evening on a thinly traded market that 55 or 65.2 is where it's suggesting, somewhere in here. So we're going to meet a point where it looks like XRP, even if we do have a small correction here, it looks like XRP is getting ready to build up here and just have one more spike here. Whether it's going to get rejected, you're going to have this over-the-top uptrending support here that it's going to run into, and then we're going to decide. And we did. We expanded ourselves into a formation like this where we broke down, and now it's creating a slightly bearish formation, but it needs to come up for rejection. So right now should be an opportune play where this should come up some, maybe 4%. Doesn't seem like a lot, but for a leverage short, it could kill them. And for a leverage long here, if it plays out that way, someone could take advantage. But just understand that move to 69 cents could be invalidated and thwarted, even 66.6 if we get rejected here. So understand what this means. This is basically a testament to see if we can maintain any kind of bearishness, or if we're going to confirm that we are falling bearish, or if we can hold any bullish setup here. That's basically what we're seeing here. We are definitely seeing that here. So, and I think right now, though, at least it's in a little bit of a bullish setup for the short-term drop that it had. And now it's at least got a bull flag structure. So, hey, you're welcome. Somebody said thank you for taking the time. And I was considering just going on BITUNIX and showing everybody how it works. I just don't know if everybody's going to be able to see this. Can everybody see this out of curiosity? Because sometimes when I'm on an exchange, nobody can see it. And sometimes they can. So I was like, maybe I should see if everybody can see it now. So just let me know if you can see that out of curiosity. Oh, beautiful. Perfect. Okay. So, because this is how, yeah, because I want everybody to see, like, right now, the way that this is set up, there is an opportunity right here, but it can break down. See, that's the thing. Just because it's set up one way, that's why I think spot is king. I honestly think spot is king. But right now, it feels like, to me, XRP is probably setting up a move, and you can't say 100%. But it's got this setup. It looks like it wants to rotate out and then come up here and at least back test this area is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. XRP on the 4 hour is going below 40% level on RSI. Looks a little bearish. Yeah. RSI is going below 40. Yeah, but it rotated back down. Now it's coming, it could come clean through 50 again, and this would be bullish, actually, if they could hold the 50 and pull back through. So, yeah, you're right. We're at a moment right now. If it gets rejected and bounces down, that's something. We're just trying to see if we play out what looks like a little bull flag. That doesn't mean it's going to play out, because overall it does look bearish. It just looks like we could have a quick correction up first. Come on, come many people watching OG, hit the like button. Tom deserves more than this, peeps. Well, sometimes we don't, well, we usually get 100%, but tonight we're just, it must not be hitting the mark. Only 92 likes, 134 people watching. At the very least, if you're not hitting the like button, take a moment to look in the video description below, or the pinned comments. If you're looking to trade XRP, maybe your exchange has spot and not leverage, or maybe you're sick of paying the high spot fees, click on BITUNIX, whether in Canada or the USA. USA, I know for a fact, has the lowest spot fees on future and leverage and spot trading. And the biggest thing is you don't need a VPN. So you don't have to feel guilty about trading your own assets. Like, I don't like having to use a VPN. I don't use one personally. And they never got rid of XRP. And if you're in the UK, it's not available here right now, MEXC, as they got rid of us. But they actually have no spot fees or futures trading fees right now as part of a promotion. So take advantage of that and you're in the UK. If you're in the USA, it's not going to work. Both those links are in the pinned comments. I added the MEXC because somebody earlier was from the UK and I felt really bad that I didn't have it ready for them. And they actually had to go search, and I don't know if they ever found what they needed. So I'm just going to put it on there for the ones on the other side of the pond because it's pretty selfish not to think about them. So I put it on there so you don't have to search. But also, if you do appreciate my work and you don't want to hit the like button, consider sending a YouTube super chat one time per month to pay it forward. I should say. Or consider joining Tom's Army to show your sign of support, as I don't do paid promotions, advertisements, sponsorships of any kind. I don't promote any products. The only thing you'll ever tell you about is an exchange that I use and that I think some can benefit from, as I know that how it is to be a victim in Uphold with the high fees. So I'm trying to save somebody my own blunders in the past. So, and today, Another thing I want to go over as we're going over the charts, has anybody noticed the change in mindset from XRP holders? I know a lot of you are in the comment section. You'll see the comments. Have you seen some of the comments and just how if people are saying they don't have the time to trade XRP anymore? They don't have 7 more years to give XRP. Everything else is in a bull market and XRP fails again. When most people don't realize XRP's not entered a bull market since 2017. We had an ultimate bear market rally, and even right now, XRP couldn't even start to push towards a bull market until we broke the 77-month consolidation, and we would have to break above 77 or 75 cents in current form. And that's what a lot of people don't want to hear. And then you would have to get over 82 cents extension zone on the formation from November of 21 to confirm this continuation. And then the technical target's $1.97, $1.98. Now then, and we're going to speculate here, folks, because this is something that we're going to add to our chart now. So we're going to go on to, let's see which chart would fit this best. We're going to add something to our chart. And it's going to be the all-time chart, the USDT one that we don't really need to use as much, but we do have the rising channel. But this was a late edition. This is the November of 21 formation. Look what we could be facing with. So if everything that we just said plays out. Now, this is when we hit all-time highs up in here. This is 2000. Where's this at right here? Just so we can get it. This is 2021 in September. This is when we hit the top of the bull run in 21. Because this is the USDT chart. This one doesn't go back to all-time highs. So this is actually beautiful. So what if, and this is why I'm using this chart, but I wanted to point out to everybody why it shows what it does. So it doesn't go back farther than here because this is when this chart started in USD. I mean in MEXC. So what if we know Bitcoin created a big cup and handle, or big cup, and now we're working on the handle? What if, and like I said, the technical target, if you break out of the, and I'll show everybody so they know, and then we'll get back to this so that it'll make sense. For us to get out of this 77-month consolidation, this isn't even the best chart to look at because I have one that's better right here. If we come out of that 77-month consolidation, the breakout right here, the technical target, and that's the arrow where I circled right there, would be $1.97 is the technical target. The theory is, in order to start, see, this is 21 right here, so we'll just do it on this chart. The theory is we're behind Bitcoin. And then to catch Bitcoin, we'd have to come up there and create that cup. Now, what I want everybody to remember is from 2021 in April, when we went from 58 cents and some change, it only took 9 days, and I thought it was 12. And I went back and looked earlier with everybody in the live. It's only 9 days the bull market lasted, or the mini bear market rally. XRP only took 9 days. 9 days to go from 58 cents to the peak in the 2021 rally. So when you start to put that in perspective, it's pretty crazy. Like you come up and you rally. It's like a 9-day period. It doesn't last very long. It goes from April 5th to April 14th, and we already peaked. So we literally come from down here, okay, 59.5 cents. And in 9 days, we peak and we go. And this is why everybody needs to just relax. We always fall behind Bitcoin. We're synonymous. It went 240% in 9 days. Remember, we heard this exact same thing before we broke out in 21. It happened the exact same way. And then when everybody gave up in a fantastic 9-day rally, we had gained 240% in 9 days. So now we're back into, it feels like the exact same rotation. Feels like we're in the exact same moment. Bitcoin has already completed its cup. XRP's yet to even start moving. And once everybody's ready to just throw in the towel, some miraculous miracle will happen. And then XRP, after some kind of consolidation, more than likely like in 21, will just shoot out on the next leg. And the next leg for XRP would be Bitcoin putting in the bullish handle and then start going bullish out of the handle. As it comes from going from resist, or coming from the drop, and let's just say it's at 55 or if it's at 42, the moment Bitcoin starts to make the turn back up and start to form that bullish handle, that's when XRP is going to start to take off. And on this move, XRP is going to outperform the market because most of the market's already done the first leg. XRP is still gearing up for it. That's what everybody needs to realize. And the more you realize that, the actual more special it is because XRP's got a long ways to go. It's just we've got a big ass consolidation building up that's been going on for 77 months. Like I said, you can't understate that. And the reason why this hasn't played out to fruition is because we created this ascending triangle and there's nothing we can do about that. Now we've got to let it play out and possibly we've got this bullish setup in the short term. But if it breaks outside of it, we've still got to finish the size of this. We don't know how far it's going to go. We don't know if we have to expand it down farther before we complete the whole flag. This is just speculation. But if it breaks down and we lose the 200-day, because even if it's bullish, we always see it, it'll more than likely have a quick wick down somewhere. So if you're a leverage trader, you're going to want to buy the wick. You're not going to want to buy it when it's just on the way up. You're going to want to buy it when you have some kind of liquidity. But if we lose the 200-day, that's in the hourly. So that's at 613. So at 61.3 cents, if you lose that, it's going to start falling bearish. One last shakeout coming potentially to 50 cents as wave C to retrace. Oh, I love this comment. God, I love comments like this where they're realistic. Right, Julie? Is Julie there? Oh, I thought Julie was still in here. She left. You know what that is? On the chair, that's a blanket. Whoops. It is kind of dark in here, so. But he says, one last shakeout coming potentially to 50 cents as wave C to retrace leading diagonal. Yes, sir, Vladimir. And thank you for the $5 donation. Paying it forward for the month. I appreciate that. Vladimir, but you are absolutely correct. Absolutely, positively correct. We will have one more shakeout, and I believe that's going to come on the handle formation of Bitcoin. Now, I could be totally wrong, but that's just my personal belief. I've always believed that when Bitcoin came up here, we would come down from there, and that's what I think. And that's why I think being on the buy where we were at, now it's up to everybody. You can take a shot and you can sell if you want. I'm not telling anybody what to do. You know, but for me, I know my plan. And like, I don't watch the screen right now. My XRP's on the ledger, so I don't even care what it's worth. You know, there's no reason. I'm just waiting because I bought it at 34.6 cents and I know what I want to do. Yep, that's going on Binance and AMM is live. Okay, so my question is with the AMM, is there any kind of, on Binance, let me ask you a question. With the AMM now going live on the ledger, I'm assuming, is there any way to stake now XRP and earn a share for being a holder on the ledger? Is Binance interconnected with that, or is there still no way to do that? I'm curious if anybody's actually figured out a way. You know, now that this is passed with the protocol and they got the nodes, they passed at over 80%. I think they're at about 85% actually when they actually passed. They went through the 2-week +1 because they had issues. Satoshi, see, you just don't understand, my friend. And, you know, if you want to come across with a response, that's great. But do it in a dignified manner. I don't come on here and I don't disregard you. So don't come on here acting like we're pieces of shit, my friend. Otherwise, I'll throw you to the wolves. No. What you have to understand is we have not been shaken out for 6 years. See, that's your false narrative. Only you believe that narrative. Unless you're watching some tool on YouTube or somebody in social media that doesn't understand the formation, we have not been getting shaken out for 6 years. Period. We've been consolidating for 6 years. If you've been getting shaken out, it's because you don't understand the formation. Not having the proper education and calling people out is just idiotic. Don't come in here looking like a dumbass. Okay? If you're going to call people out, at least understand what a formation looks like. So, if you're getting shaken out, you would not be able to very easily identify a formation that went to all-time highs, my friend. As I've made it very easy for you, if you take the time to advance your own knowledge, That's how you could actually advance what you're doing. You could have made money off this pattern for over 7 years if you understood it. I have since 21, despite it being bearish ever since. So could you. And you could be in a proper position here. XRP's been in a 77-month consolidation. 77 months. Since it hit all-time highs on January of 2018. To say anybody's been shaken out for 7 years is laughable. It's laughable. No, you had end of rallies. There shouldn't have been a shakeout. You should have had a full-out sale. Everybody who said there was a shakeout happening, ready? This is where you've been fooled, my friend. This is where you've been fooled. And I'm going to show you where let's just call it for what it is, the bullshit term shakeout in the wrong sense comes from. Because in the sense I'm using it as proper, because we're coming to the end of a 7-year formation, this would be where you would be getting shaken out in the mere cents. Not $3.50, not $1.90, not $1.10, not 75 cents. You're talking about barely over 60 cents. And if you've just started to accumulate, so to say that you've been shaken out anywhere from here, right? Maybe here because nobody knew, but you had the parameter set from here to here. To say anybody got shaken out from here is laughable because we had this drawn out back in 21. We got laughed out of the gym. So I don't take that excuse. Don't play the victim, sir. Actually have some education and play the winner. No one's going to hold your hand and don't be a baby. We don't play the victim here. And I'm only being so strong towards you because you came in and you want to make it sound like you're better, but instead you do it with an uneducated response. I'd appreciate an educated response. Don't come in here and say we've been shaken out. You can't use that excuse anymore. The fact is we haven't been shaken out since 21, sir, because we sold in 21 at $1.66. Nobody should have been shaken out. Everybody who said you're getting shaken out all the way down, they were bullshitting you. They needed you to buy XRP so they could make money. I can call it for what it is. Or they needed you to want to buy it so you would view their channel. I told you not to buy it for this long until we hit the uptrend in 23. Period. For 2 years, I told everybody you can't buy it. After we bought it and sold out with over, 300+%. So, I'm not here to sugarcoat it, but at the same time, if you want to come in here and make a factual response about XRP, if you're mad at XRP because it's taken this long to consolidate, then we're on the same page. But once you figure out that fact that we had a wide window from $1.98 all the way down to 10 cents, that's a hell of a long consolidation. You got to fill that all the way out. And once you got that validation of a bear market rally and $1.97, now we've got to do it uniformly. And now people are not necessarily, we've been shaken out the whole time, but people are going to be shaken out for the wrong reason. We're being shaken out because we don't understand the pattern. You're making a comment like that because you don't understand the pattern. I'm being so adamant because I want people to understand the pattern. If you just understand the pattern, you're not going to be making comments like that. I mean, seriously. Is it so much to ask that before we respond, we're educated? Before you make fun of people, if you want to make a comment to me and just, I don't care if you're educated or not, but don't come on here acting all high and mighty and making fun of the people in here. Or making a comment that just, honestly, at the base makes you just sound. So anyhow, does everybody understand what I'm saying, though, with the 6-year? I mean, I figured I would piggyback off of that. I've been trying to make this point for a while. Do we understand this long consolidation we're in? Yeah, you're right about that. Asking people to be educated before saying something on the internet, you're kind of asking them. Vaughn, that's kind of like us asking for XRP at $1,000 tomorrow. I see what you're saying. No, but I wanted to today. Oh, I'm calm. I just wanted everybody to realize that formation. I think a lot of people, and it's not, whatever, I piggybacked off him. I let you hear it with the motion, but honestly, I'm not even in that mindset. I just want everybody to realize that I had a little bit of fun with it, let me say. For one, I gave up confrontation, so I took a moment to be able to have a nice response for once. But no, I want everybody to understand that You don't need to be shaking out an XRP, or you don't have to have the feeling of, oh my God, XRP is not performing to the market. It did in 2021. In 9 days, it ran up 240% from 59 cents, 59 and a half to $1.98. Just remember that. Remember the fact that since all-time highs, we had such a wide expansion from, or a drastic drop from $3.50 on average to just over 10 cents, depending on exchange, that it takes a while to figure this out. And because I believe we use trading bots across all markets, it's going to fill in the gaps. And that's what we're doing. So there's no reason to get ahead of ourselves. There's no reason to get holy moly, you know. But yeah. And I won't respond after, so I don't even look at the comment after that. But that was my response. And in a dignified manner, that's the only way that I felt like I could get the attention of everybody. So you understand, this is the setup, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to fear it. I'm not afraid of XRP's pattern. In fact, it's what made me so much money over the last 3 years. The fact I could buy into XRP in February of 21 and into March when we started the show and then building into it, and then being able to get out of it in April of 21 or May of 21 or June, whenever it was when it bounced around and then came back up and we sold at $1.66. But then being able to hold out for 3 years, and now we have a portfolio. Instead of 3 or 4 assets, we have 14. And for those 14 assets, our portfolio is barely twice as big as we had originally. But it's 4 times less than where we sold, or what is it? 2.5 times less than if we would have just bought XRP at that level where we sold out. So like we're doing something, and then we also like precious metals. So, you know, it's pretty interesting what we do here. But, you know, we also have to understand and deal with the fact and be honest with ourselves that a lot of people are fed up. Some people have been in XRP, and this is what I say. From our mindset, we're fine because we're in the profit and we've been doing good for a few years. From other people's perspective, they've been in XRP 2017, and it's kind of unheard of for an asset that's supposed to have gone so far to never have retouched all-time highs here since 2017. And to me, something was wrong. And I think we were vindicated when we got the stuff that came out from 2016, 2017 with the official document about the GSR trading bots, how they were suppressing price drops and the price of XRP. Ripple wasn't in control, but ones who had a partnership with Ripple were told to strategically buy when the price with their shares that they were given for being a partner, so make out for what it's worth, but they were told strategic spots to where they were to buy XRP to keep it from crashing the market. So to that extent, that's pretty interesting as well. And now as this goes, we can start to expand XRP's pattern too. Like in the beginning, we didn't have any evidence here of what was happening. Now we do. Now we can start to build it out because we did build this, and we can start to see what this ascending formation is starting to be all about. And I like to start to see what's actually happening. So now we're looking to hold this. Like we could say, hey, if we start to expand it, we can start to be like, hey, maybe we are forming something like this. But understanding that the initial what we had, you know, so maybe we are within something like that now. So we're just expanding our evidence. Like we can reach $1.20 to $1.40, then retrace back to 80 to 94 cents to consolidate before the... See, a lot of people are starting to pick up now on what could happen here. See, I like that. We went to a constructive mode. But I think we're all on the same page here. And if you are watching, please make sure to hit that like button, as we have 123 likes, not bad, out of 146 people watching. I'm proud of each and every one of you for the commitment you've made here today to be able to watch, even though we're in high times of volatility. We're going to take it into a lower time frame here because XRP truly looks like it's working. This pattern, we came to support, pushed back up. Now it looks like we're at least going to start pushing up here a little bit. I could see it coming up to like almost 65 cents. If this plays out true, if it breaks down, you're going to come back and retest this area again. There's no doubt about that. However, this looks very bad the way I have it set up. That's better. So it's going to come down there. It's either going up there or it's coming down. And if you break down out of here, well, we know that's probably going to be... I don't even like how that looks, though. I really don't. I never like how that looks when it's a formation like this. Because I could argue that we could say, like, maybe it's so hard to say because we haven't created anything else. But you could almost say something like that starting. It's just a wider channel. But I don't know. It's all speculation because it just is. Because we know we truly created something earlier and we came to the bottom side of it. But now if we did try to do some due diligence and try to see what's going on, I mean, there's so much stuff we can do. So we just have to wait to see what's going to happen here. That's the bottom line. If we're looking at XRP, we've just got to wait to see how this plays out. Let's see if we can do this in like an hourly and just from a grand scheme and just see exactly what's going on. If we just take the whole perspective here from the drops and we put the whole picture into play now. Because I see, like if I'm just looking at it from afar, the one thing my eyes keep going back to, and it doesn't even necessarily seem like, from a grand standpoint, like this is even relevant. I just know this uptrend could be relevant, but it breaks into a new layer. So it's almost like, how do you do this? Because we did break down. We broke, even if you take it from here, we broke down initially, and then we formed more of a bearish pattern. So it's like, I almost don't even want to go back to that side of the formation. And I want to start focusing on this side, but it's tough. This is tough right now because the way we had it when we started is probably the only way you can look at this. We fell outside of a rising channel. And now we've created what could be perceived as this extension zone. Like, that's all there is to it. When we broke out of it over here, if we take the short pattern, if we just take the short, we broke out of it. And then we started to create something like this. And this is what we were talking about earlier. Once we created this ascending formation, it kind of cut us off here. Really, it did. I mean, you could look at it a bunch of different ways here, but we kind of cut ourselves off at the hip here when it did that. And then we broke below it, so I think we're going to try to come off. Man, that sucks. We're on the bottom side of this is the problem. I know everybody sees what we're talking about, but let's just go back to, this is where, do we really think we have it within us to retest that now? I don't know. And it's like, I want to put this on this chart, though, just so we don't have to keep going back and forth. We're going to start to get to the bottom of this right now, too, just so we can see it in front of us and kind of have a roadmap here, because we know what we have to get past just to get to the top resistance now. And this is not going to be easy now. In certain terms, we've done this to ourselves with XRP, but it's because it's not ready. It's because we're still consolidating. And it's because I think a lot of crypto right now is still playing off the fact that we all know Bitcoin has to consolidate a little bit more. I think we're all starting to understand. See, this is what we were looking like. See, that's the problem. And this is what I was trying to show, but I figured instead of putting it on the other one, I'd put it on this one. This is what we created. And that's how we got rejected and forced to drop. So now we got to come past this layer, which could be a bear flag that's set up. And then if it fails to come back up, it's going to end up breaking down. You know, now we got to figure out, is this a bull or a little bull flag that formed? I would say, obviously, the 45-minute you're not going to want to lose. But the moment you come past the hourly and the 200-day, that's pretty much where it could break down. But this is what we're looking at. So now is that a bull flag that's set up on the drop? And is it going to come up and retest? So basically, it's one of these things. Because of the amount of the drop, boom, back down. Is it going to play this out as like a bull flag? Whoops. Is it going to play this out as a bull flag? And I'm trying to be very, very, very attentive on this live with the patterns, just because it's going to be a tricky weekend here. Is it going to come up here and retest this now? Is it going to retest that area? Because we did put what looks like a flag there. So that's what we formed here. So that's the best I can put it. So thank you all for watching all of that with me. Now I would like to read real quick this. So XRP whale accumulates 300 million tokens from Binance, price rally ahead. And just one more time, because we still have about 10, 12 minutes left. But one more time, because I don't have to repeat this again. If you do appreciate what I do and you want to show some support, all I ask is one time per month you consider sending a YouTube super chat or you join Tom's Army. Before you leave, please make sure, and it's imperative, to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this live and allow us to continue to expand this beautiful community, as we went over 20,600 subscribers just 2 days ago. And now we're only 11 subscribers away from 20,700, which is crazy. So if you are watching now, make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can try to hit 20,700 subscribers by the end of the weekend, or maybe by the end of the day. And then if you're looking to trade XRP in the USA and Canada especially, well, the USA and Canada, in the video description below or pinned comment, there's BITUNIX. They allow trading with no VPN in the USA and Canada, anywhere you're trading on. So you can trade. They have the lowest spot fees and leverage trading fees, and they've been up during the high times of volatility. I'm going to continue to push this so you don't have to pay fees. Maybe your exchange only has spot. Now you can leverage trade, but be careful with it, or vice versa. Maybe your exchange you only leverage trade, but now they have spot XRP. So now you can do both things at the same time. Or at least you know it's up during high times of volatility and you have a trade. That's the most simplest way, and I'm trying to pass that information while it's available to us, because I've been stuck and a victim of paying the high buy-ins for XRP when I could have just bought it from another exchange and sent it over to the exchange I was on anyhow and saved myself a bunch in fees. So just don't be a victim. XRP to the exchanges. XRP whale accumulates 300 million tokens from Binance. Is a price rally ahead. So did anybody else see this article out of curiosity, for anybody who's left? I'd be curious to know. So an XRP whale account has transferred 300 million XRP tokens, valued at around 187 million from Binance, to an unknown wallet. The transaction costing just 0.00001 XRP underscores the efficiency of blockchain technology and adds intrigue due to the recipient's anonymity. Following the transfer, XRP's market value experienced a minor decrease of 0.46%. Ripple XRP transfer by whale from Binance involving 300 million XRP tokens has set the cryptocurrency community abuzz, sparking intense speculation and curiosity. This notable transaction from Binance has left many pondering the motives behind such a massive move. The price of that rather high money transfer was only 0.00001 XRP, indicating such movement's transparency, which is seen via the Ripple blockchain. The ultimate location whereby these funds went on XRP wallet further increases the mystifying factors involved. This transfer is following the footsteps of a series of large XRP movements noticed over the last 24 hours by Whale Alert. This crypto data tracker has used different wallets and exchanges. Weighing in on the change, and XRP's transfer market position, XRP may have its value and volume in a shakeup. And this transfer generates concern. As a response to the transaction, XRP's price retrieved 0.46% weaker, now moving at 0.62346718 cents, 62.3 cents. The movement of such shares in this direction is a matter of scrutiny for analysts and investors alike, as they may suggest a marked transformation of the market dynamics and sentiment among investors. Beyond the 300 million XRP transfer, Whale Alert reveals additional transactions of the same scale, this time from Binance to unknown wallet services, amounting to more than 11 million in value. These transactions, as well as 15 million transfer to Bitso and 14 million transfer to Bitstamp, indicate this is either meant to be shrouded in mystery or is intended to conceal these maneuvers. XRP moves linked to Binance wallet maintenance. The series of large-scale XRP transfers from Binance may be attributed to routine operational activities, such as wallet maintenance. Binance has previously informed its users about activities that involve other cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. These maintenance operations often involve transfers or transferring assets to new addresses, which should not be interpreted as funds leaving the exchange. In that case, the direction of the price movement cannot be dictated by a market whale, or a large institutional investor who may be emptying their long positions. Unlike most of these ventures, they could be motivated by sophisticated market opportunities or rebalance their portfolio with the improvement of market trends. So, excuse me. So that's what we're looking at there. And there was one more thing I want to do. You know, in the old times when things were getting a little dark and gloomy, there's something we used to do around here. It's been a while since I done it, but I noticed we could be taking a turn for the more gloomy in the comments. You know, and some or many people are starting to give up. This gives me a very similar feel prior to our run in 21. And yes, we had a big consolidation right before we broke out, and that's when this song was formed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? Ladies and gentlemen, the sunny days are here again. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. Oh, sunny days. Oh, what a day. I wear glasses 'cause I can't see a motherfucking thing. Happy days. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. Oh, happy days. Oh, what a day. XRP will reign supreme. Let's just not get caught in the FUD. Oh, we're gonna crash and we did, but we might and we still will, and I don't know what's going on anymore. Stay true. Stay blessed. Hey, I think the sun's evolved a lot since 2021. Pretty cool sun. I couldn't even imagine that back in the day. So I figured I would sing that. But on a serious note, it's been a while since I've done that. But a lot of people that are watching have never seen that before. So, you know, that's so that's something we started doing in 21. And I only do it in weird moments. You know, I felt like this is a weird moment. I feel like some people are losing a little bit of faith here, which there's no reason to. Really, there's not. I think right now is a perfect time to just sit back and let this play out now. We've all done a good job when we had to. We've all been in the market when we want, you know, maybe it wasn't advantageous for us, but we found the spots. We found the stops. So for anybody who's still sticking around, I'm going to give you 4 beautiful minutes of Mike Maloney as most are going to leave. So I don't feel bad about it because I'm about to leave anyhow. But I'm going to show you something Mike Maloney said about gold if you're a fan of gold. So for 2 to 3 minutes, give me this and I will just leave. So have a blessed night, everybody. I appreciate everybody who enjoyed it and I appreciate everybody who stayed through it.
He says he sells clouds. He works in a cloud company that sells clouds.
Now we're off to the race giving fiat coins. Either way, do this configuration. I had already done this like a year before when it created this little piece of what is a handle on out and gold and silver.
And pay attention to this because Bitcoin's going to be creating a handle similar to what gold already has now. So that's what we're going to be waiting on for Bitcoin to create a similar handle.
Are really beginning to shine. So let's get right into this. About a year ago, just shy of a year ago, March 13th, I made this
Thank you,
chart,
Christopher.
drew this configuration. I had already done this like a year before when it created this little piece of what is a handle on a cup and handle or a pan and handle, depending on the duration of the chart. If it's a shorter duration, it stretches out the thing and it looks more like a pan and handle. Either way, it is a very, very bullish sign. And then gold put in a double top and it bounced off of it, but then it went back up. And about a month later, it put in a triple top. And I notified all my insiders on that. I think I presented it a couple weeks later in a video on the YouTube channel. And I said that it was a very, very bullish sign. And people were correcting me, saying, no, a triple top is a bearish sign. If it can't get through that resistance in 3 tries, it's going down. But I had complete confidence that this was an incredibly bullish sign because the destiny of precious metals is basically that the world's central banks will never stop printing currency, and that means the
Wow, Minnie, that's crazy. Thanks for sharing that with everybody about BitTrue. That's unbelievable. At least you got your money is right. Mini council mods, I'm just glad you got your money.
real assets, especially real money, have to be priced far, far higher in their enslaving fiat currency. So this was the pattern a year ago, and when it went up and it made that triple top, I said it was bullish, but it bounced off of it, and I said, this is going to form an inverse head and shoulders, and then it's going to break through on its fourth attempt. So, you know, the reason I said that is because I just was absolutely confident that the Federal Reserve is going to continue destroying the value of the currency, and gold and silver are going to be the big beneficiaries of this. So I want to cover a few charts here. The last time that there was a big inverse head and shoulders was during the crisis of 2008. We had, Bear Stearns, I think it was, here in a big pullback. And then there was Lehman and Washington Mutual in a big pullback. And we didn't really make a triple top. These weren't equal. But then another shoulder, and it didn't bust through. This was 17 or 18 months for this inverse head and shoulders to form. And if you look before that inverse head and shoulders, there was no big cup and handle. There was nothing real bullish before it. And then what did it result in? It resulted in this huge move up to $1,900 from down near $700, low 700. You know, let me zoom up on this again. Very well here, and now we're up here. Now somebody else, this is from Gold Ventures, the other one was Valerian, gold at the last resistance. Now this chart, I believe, is from yesterday. I'm filming this on Thursday the 7th in the evening. You're going to be watching it on Friday. I have a feeling Friday or Monday gold will do a little bit of pullback, and I'll show you why coming up next. But he draws it. This one is also monthly data, I believe. Yes, this would be monthly data, or maybe it's weekly, 1 month. So he's drawing it on the intra-month lines here.
Folks, just want to take
We
a
get
moment
the idea, folks.
to ask for your support today.
Make sure you follow Greg or Mike Maloney if you want to see more of what he's saying. Yeah, I like BITUNIX myself, just because I know it's lower spot fees and I feel relatively safe right now. As long as they have that license in the USA, I feel good about it. So, and they've been good to me so far. And I've been on there since last July now. Once I realized they were up during the high times I know everybody who's been here knew what we're talking about. But I'm glad that worked out. I got to get going, everybody. Thank you all so much.